Good evening and welcome to the first ever episode of Brick Hits. I'm Brick and I'm the host of this show just as Carl Peterson is the GM of the Chiefs. I'm going to be here for a long time. Each week we're going to cover the hot topics buzzing around Chiefs Nation. The weakest link on the Chiefs team last year was the offense, which ranked 31st in the league in yards per game and points per game. The first step the Chiefs took to combat the problem was the firing of offensive coordinator Mike Solari and the subsequent hiring of former Georgia Tech head coach Chan Gailey. Gailey was fired last season after a 7-6 campaign at Georgia Tech. It's been 6 seasons since Gailey has been in the NFL, but he has a proven track record. He spent a total of 6 years as offensive coordinator with 2-year stints with the Broncos, Steelers, and Dolphins. He was also head coach of the Dallas Cowboys for 2 seasons and led the Cowboys to the playoff both years. Former Chiefs assistant and Steelers Super Bowl winning coach Bill Cowher said Gailey's teaching skills were second to none. During his years as an offensive coordinator, Gailey's offenses have ranked 15th in total yards per game and 11th in total points per game on average. I think it's safe to say the Chiefs fans would accept a ranking that high after last season's showing. In football, it all comes down to the battle in the trenches, and this is an area the Chiefs struggled mightily on the offensive side. The offensive line is without a doubt the biggest question mark of the season after allowing a franchise record 55 sacks last season and ranking 31st in the league with 3.3 yards per rushing attempt. The Chiefs had no choice but to overhaul their offensive line. Gone are Casey Wegman, John Welborn, Kyle Turley, and Chris Terry. And in our 15th overall pick, Brandon Albert, Rudy Niswonger, and Adrian Jones. Brandon Albert was projected by many to be the Chiefs' first pick in the draft at number 5, but they were able to trade up from 17 to get their fat Albert.
Hey!
Albert was a great pick in the draft, but how will the former All-American left guard handle the transition to left tackle? Even more importantly, how will he be able to handle it with his limited practice time due to his recent foot injury that's expected to keep him out of action for the remainder of training camp? Can Adrian Jones become an effective starter in the NFL? In 44 games with the New York Jets, he has started only 16. How will Rudy Niswonger do as a starting center in the NFL? He has been a reserve for the past 2 seasons and is considered tall by NFL standards, for a center at 6 foot 5 inches. Another position of need on the offense is at wide receiver. The Chiefs said goodbye to Eddie Kennison and Sammy Parker and officially handed the number 1 receiver spot to Dwayne Bowe, aka The Show, after an impressive rookie season. The number 2 spot is wide open with newcomer DeVar Darling leading the way. Other candidates include third-year player Jeff Webb and rookie Will Franklin. Darling had only 18 receptions last season as a Baltimore Raven, but 3 of those resulted in scores. Webb had some success last season, catching 28 passes, but he failed to impress the coaching staff. Franklin, a 4th-round pick out of the University of Missouri, had 49 receptions with 4 scores his senior year and has been impressive thus far. The early word at the River Falls is that if the season started today, Darling would be the number 2 receiver, with Franklin in the slot and Webb as the 4th receiver. With all the young talent on the team, it should make for an interesting preseason. That'll do it for this week's episode of Brick Hits. Tune in next week for more in-depth coverage, and be sure to check out KCChiefsFootball.com for daily updates on your Chiefs.